Mr. DJ Rose, Verteezy, and C's. Welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. I'm sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap your seatbelt, go and settle land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell our land. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.
No more black tears, no more black tears, no more black tears radio, no more black tears podcast, you know what I'm saying? Jesus C's, you know what I'm saying? What's up, man? Verteezy, Mr. DJ Rose. How we doing? How y'all doing? I'm doing great. I'm doing fine. How about you?
Shoot, man, just chilling, man. You know, enjoying this beautiful Tuesday.
Man, B2B, back to business, man. But I say again, hey, like, subscribe, hey, comment. We'll argue with you, man. All platforms, baby. We here.
Yeah, man. And for all those who listen to the podcast, because thank y'all for giving us some views, please hit that like button. That gets us in the algorithm a little bit more. So if you listen, please go ahead and like it if you get to, the full episode.
Yeah, man, we do it for the people, man. What's going on this week?
So there was this podcast that was talking about we all think we would do better if we got the money. So basically saying, if you got like $5 million, we all think the money wouldn't corrupt us. We all would take care of our people, our friends and family. We would get them cars and houses. And even though at the end we all gonna fuck it up, we still are arrogant enough to think we'll be the ones to actually not fuck it up. Seeds. Do you think if you got a ridiculous amount of money that you would do what you think is the right thing with it, or do you think it would eventually just probably corrupt you?
So usually I take the higher road and I go, like I'm not gonna fuck it up. Because I've seen people come into money. I've seen people make, we got the examples of people that hit lotto, people that got, insurance payouts, some family member died, and, shit happens, or they start making 100K, people in the military that got out, went overseas and started making 100K, especially when shit was popping in Afghanistan, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, and then still I got contacts and friends that's like, yo, you want to go to Guam for a year or go to Dubai for 2 years in Saudi Arabia? Isn't this everybody, it kind of is true though, because we all have an arrogance who's like, oh, the money's not going to change me. It probably is. It makes me think of one scene from Next Friday. You see Curry's character, Uncle Elroy, that nigga said, man, I got my money. I was like, nah, man, I'm going to stay in the hood. Nigga, I got my check, nigga, I was gone. So, I ain't gonna lie, it's certain things we do have a lot of examples that we can look at and say, I'm not gonna fuck it up. But to say it's not gonna change me, it's like, man, I come from it's probably the poverty mindset. It's like, I gotta keep what I got. You know what I mean? I don't know when the next time I'm gonna get $600,000, $250,000. And they say, this is just what people say. They say once you make that first million, the next million is easy. So it's like, naturally in my mind, I'm like, well, shit, if I win a lot and I hit $1 million, I need to hold on to my million. And it's like, it's not, corruption ain't gotta be, hey, I'm not buying my homeboy's house. Or, hey, I'm not gonna hire my homeboy to be my homeboy. Like, he gotta get a job, he gotta work or whatever. I'm not just gonna cut somebody a check. Like Jay-Z's example everybody loves to use. I'm not just giving you $4,000. He got that trauma and that experience where back in the day, I gave you some money and I gave you 100 and you ain't give it back. So it's like, how you think you're gonna act when I give you 10 grand, 15 grand. You just gonna keep coming. Give me. So I do feel like we all suffer in different ways from having coming into money and having that thing. I'll be honest, shit, that first week, I'm turning off all social media. I'm not watching TV. I ain't doing shit for that first week. Cause I'm gonna be like, nigga, I'm about to call the bank, cuss them the fuck out. I'm about to call anybody I owe money to, any credit, debt, or whatever, rent, storage, whoever. I'm calling you out and I'm cussing you out. Thank you for your customer service. I love you, but fuck your company and fuck the people they stand with. And and the next thing you know, naturally, like I'm buying the car I've always wanted, Porsche 911, Aston Martin.
That's a nice car.
You know what I'm saying? Like I remember back in the day, just prime example, Rockaway, right on the corner, Edgemere, man. It's a family that's the construction company, black family. Nice ass house, one of the nicest houses in the block. Been there for like 10, 15, 20 years. Had an Aston Martin before the fuck I knew what an Aston Martin was. I didn't find out what an Aston Martin was till like 2005. And he had this shit parked on the street. I'm like, it's like 2017. I'm like, damn, this is my Aston Martin Vanquish. I was like, ooh. And then like when you travel and you see these places, like we all been to Miami, but then it's like, I was in the military. I went overseas to Germany. I'm like, I see an R8 in the parking lot. I'm chilling. I see an R8, Audi R8. I see Porsches and S550s, Mercedes-Benz, G-Wagons, like not the normal G-Wagons, but like I'm the type of person, I'm a car person. So I'll do the comparison. It's like, hey, Vertizi is getting a Benz tomorrow, but he's getting a C300 Benz. I'm like, nigga, what are you doing? You need to get your money up because you need a 350. People like, what the fuck is a 350? I'm like, nigga, it's better. It's faster. It got all-wheel drive, blah, blah, blah. He was like, but nigga, it's a Benz. And I'm like, basic motherfuckers and basic bitches gonna be like, oh, this nigga got a Benz. And I'm like, I'm sitting in the bitch riding and I'm like, this ain't shit you could have got. So, I mean, even with old shit, I'm like that with old cars. I'm like, nigga, like you found this classic car in pristine condition from 1999. I'm like, nigga, it's a C180. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, this is basic shit. So I mean, I feel like, and you might not be a materialistic person, but there's something that you're gonna spend your money on. And this goes to a conversation me and Vertizi had where dude was talking about everybody has vices. And it's like nobody, even the nicest person, the biggest Christian or the biggest Muslim or the most straight and narrow, there's certain things that's gonna tempt you. And it's like, yo, I got all this money. Like, nigga, I'm not supposed to act different. I have my mind, like I've never had this money before, so I'm not supposed to change. Nothing about it. I'm supposed to do the same shit I did yesterday. Hey, they want me to work an extra shift at work. I'm good. I'm taking Friday off. Me and my homies going to the bar. We on the Limelight. Shit, I might even be on some bullshit and drink. Be like, hey, round on me. Like that white boy a couple years ago, weeks ago, that he passed some test or some shit happened. He bought everybody in that bitch around. I'm like, couldn't be me, but hey, if I had money, probably could. So I mean, the money is gonna change you naturally. It's just like you gotta be grounded in reality to understand that it is going to change you. You just have to remember your roots. But at the same time, you ain't gotta have that trauma of, it's fucked up to say, but like, hey, the stats is out there. If you don't make $200,000, it's up there. It's way, way, way up there. You're in poverty, man. Like $100,000 is probably great in Augusta, Georgia, Savannah, Georgia, somewhere. You know, I can buy a big ass house. I go out to California or Vermont and New York. Shit, even there's states even like Texas. Like I've been hearing a whole lot of shit about Texas. They're like nigga, the price of Texas is going to fuck up. And back a couple years ago, before the pandemic, everybody was like, move to Texas. You can get a big ass house, and you can have all these yards, and you can have guns, and you can do all this other extra shit. And niggas was living on high on the hog. This is an old phrase you probably heard, but high on the hog. You was getting the good shit, the bacon, the chopped pork, the Boston butt, all that shit. You was so I mean it's I admit it. I literally did some self reflection. I'm like, yeah, it would change me.
Yeah, man. I mean, you actually said something while you was talking, and I had to write it down because I liked it. Because I've always had this saying, I don't think shit change you, bro. You know, I think it just kind of pull out the real character in you. And when you said something about like acting differently, that's what I think it is. Like, I don't think money would change who you are to your core because I feel like you are who you are. But when you act differently, yeah, because there's a lot of people, and I'm gonna say this, like for example, there are people who perfectly act polite and act nice, but are pieces of shit in private. And they only put it a facade because they feel like they have to. So I do feel like there is this sense of like I go to work because I need the money. Like there's only a handful of people who might go to a job because they feel like it's their moral obligation to go to a job versus they need the money or they might just like to actually work. Like I feel like if you got the money, it's not gonna change who you to your core, but we might see who you really are now. Like a lot of people might be like, man, I always knew you was like that. Now we see that you really are whatever it is that you are. Like whether it's someone who you got a vice. Like there's people who would love to do coke 24/7.
Tony Montana.
They don't have the money. Man, there's people that would love to pay for pussy every day, but they just don't have the money. Man, I tell NGH all the time, man, hey, the Lord know not to bless me with no large sum of money, man. Because I already know. I'm going to Atlanta. I'm going to the strip club. I'm going to spend it on hoes.
I meet.
Like, but I know me, though. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, I don't know what my own license is because I'm not a perfect individual. I never try to pretend to be one in real life, man. I'm not a role model. I'm a real role model. Like, I'm just going to be real about how I know how I am. Like, if you gave me $50 million and you told, and I was like, it's a bitch over here who want like 400 to kick it or whatever. Like, my everyday regular stuff, I'd be like, man, I ain't give you no $400. But that's because $400 to me right now today, like, nigga, that's a bill. But you talking about I'm worth $50 million and I can give her $400? Like, at that point, $400 is like $40. Shit, $400 is like $4. So it's like, yeah, I might just be like, fuck it, bro. Just take this little chunk change or whatever. And I'm not trying to get your name and all that other stuff, man. I feel like that's the part that we underestimate. You know, the things that we have vices for, whether it be drugs, alcohol, women, whether it's clothes, whether it's cologne, whether it's video games, whether it's traveling, whether it's moments. So people like to skydive or do like be at parties and clubs and stuff like that. Like we all got things that we know if we had the money, we probably would do. You know, but because we don't have the money, we know we won't do. And more importantly, I'm gonna be honest. You got people like me that's gonna be honest and be like, yeah, man, if I had the money, I probably would do this. But then you got the flip side. You got people because they don't have the money, they try to convince themselves that they don't want to do it or they don't need to do it. Like you have people that be like, oh, I don't need to eat seafood or I don't need to eat some ribs because they can't afford the shit. All they can afford is ramen noodles and McDonald's. So they gonna try to convince themselves that because I can't have it, I don't really want the shit like that. But then kind of like what you were saying about next Friday. Oh, I don't want to leave the hood, man. I would never leave the hood because leaving the hood was never a realization for him. When leaving the hood became a realization, guess what? He left the fucking hood because deep down, he didn't want to live in the hood. Because if you really wanted to live in the hood, when you got that money, guess what? You would have continued to live in the hood. You would have just did nigga shit in the hood. Like, that's just something I feel like a lot of times we don't really think about. Like, me personally, man, if I had the opportunity to get a large amount of money, and I've said this multiple times, bro, I feel like, man, when you get to a certain threshold, that shit crushes people, man. I don't feel like it's too many billionaires in the world that's good people. Because I feel like to be able to access that much money, like you got to be willing to do things that morally that don't fit your character and your soul. Man, I would try to be like LeBron James, dog. Like I know you said like not putting your homeboy on payroll. If I had it like that, bro, I would want to be able to do that, man. I would want to be able to put some homeboys on payroll, man, and be like, here go 100,000 a year, here go 150,000 a year.
The catch-22 though is, what if you give him 100,000 a year and he just smoke weed all day? He don't do nothing. He ain't trying to set no parties up. He ain't trying to get you no business deals. Like he literally is just like, yo, you give me 100,000, I need more. Oh, I spent 100,000 on reports. I need money for a house.
Each homeboy got their own roles, bro. Like, man, when LeBron first started paying Rich Paul said, what I'm supposed to do? He said, man, you just my homeboy. So if I got a homeboy, like I'm speaking for me, I can't speak for y'all. If I'm giving a homeboy 100,000 and y'all come around and be like, he don't do nothing but just sit, smoke weed all the time, I'm gonna tell you straight up, like that's his job.
What was he doing in a situation where he like, I pay you $100,000 a year. Hey dog, I need $250,000 because I'm trying to buy this house in Miami. Are you gonna look at him sideways or just be like, okay, here you go?
It depends on if I got it, man, and it just depends on the homeboy, man. Because like the people that I try to keep close to me, that I would put in those positions, I'm putting them in that position for a reason. So that homeboy that smoke weed all day, yeah, I'm paying him, and you like, bro, he don't do nothing but smoke weed. But he the only nigga around me that probably tell me the truth. He probably the only nigga that when we just chilling or whatever, he like, you know, you was rude today, bro. You know, you didn't have to say that to them.
There is always the fact of things that are unsaid, you know.
So like it's like for me personally, I would like to be that person to be like, yo, I'm doing this. I would like to be that person to be like, okay, my homeboy MGH, he always wanted to own a club. That was his dream. Yo, bro, let's sit down. Let's talk about the plans. How much do you need for your initial investment? Like if I got homeboys, like if D Will want to start a tech company, bro, hey, bro, here go the money right here. Like that's what I would personally want to do. Like I would want to try to invest in my homeboys and my people if they got legit dreams and stuff like that.
Quick sidebar, D Will. Study up, nigga. I've been telling you for a long time. Do it. Study up, nigga.
But I do feel like what happens is to what you were saying, C's, once you get a taste of something you're not used to, it becomes intoxicating. To the point you want more and more. And MGH can attest to this. Me and him have conversations about this all the time. It's the disease of more. Like, it gets to the point, like, when is enough enough? Like, when are you to the point that it's like, you know what? This is enough for me, man. Like, do I need to live in a mansion with 16 motherfucking bedrooms and 10 bathrooms? Do I need to have a bowling alley and a movie theater in it? Or can I live in a nice, decent-sized house with some nice land? Like, only each individual can decide, like, at what point in time enough is enough. And that's one thing that I would like to think about myself. Like, would I pay more for cat? I would pay for cat more frequently. But I would like to feel like I'm not paying those ridiculous numbers. Like, I'm not going to be Shannon Sharp and paying $25K per cheek. Like, I'm not going to be on no shit like that. Because I'm going to be like, yo, I still got to cap it at a certain number. Like, even if I'm giving a bitch 2 bands, like, which probably would be the cap if I'm worth 50 million. Like, even if I'm giving a bitch 2 bands, like, I'm not going to reach that ridiculous number to me. Like, I'm capping it right here, and there's no more than that. Like, but would I probably meet hoes more often? Yeah, I probably would. If we traveling and stuff like that, and we go to another city, and you be like, what you doing? Y'all know what the fuck I'm on, bro. I'm going to massage parlor and strip club, and I'm bringing bitches back to the spot. Like, y'all know what I came to do. This is what I came to do. Just like if Juice Man here, and he like, yo, he came to eat seafood. Hey, bro, he got the money. Shit, he going to the best seafood restaurant in the city, and that's what he came to do. And I ain't got no problem with that. But that's my thoughts, man. I don't think this shit really will change your personality at all. I feel like you know who the fuck you are inside, and you know what tempts you, and you know what doesn't tempt you, and you just have to guard towards what you know your weaknesses is. But if you someone that is naive to feel like you don't have them temptations, then yeah, that you'll probably see someone that you don't recognize, because you'll be surprised, like, yo, I can't believe I'm doing all this shit, because you probably are naive enough to feel like you don't have no temptations.
Yeah, so it's like what B said. More money, more problems. So the more money you make, the more money you have, the more problems that can eventually rise up to your attention. So if I just got a lump sum of money, 50 mil, 10 mil, 2 mil, I might do the same things, but I won't be the same person. I'm gonna because I'm gonna elevate. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely gonna elevate. I'm gonna not eat the same restaurants. I'm not gonna drive the same cars. I will probably still live in the same spots, but I will have multiple spots to live in. You know what I'm saying? But
So how does that make you not the same person though?
the same person.
Because you said you wouldn't be the same person. So how does you driving nicer cars, eating at nicer places change who you are as a person?
Oh, well, I guess it doesn't change me as a person, but you know what I'm saying. As far as the people that don't know you, you it would it would be like you're a different person.
Because I've never heard you, and I only say that, Rose,
Mhm.
because I've never heard you make a statement saying you don't like nice cars and you don't like eating at nice restaurants.
Mhm.
Like to me, if you were someone proclaiming that, then I feel like you'd have changed.
Yeah.
But I've never seen you be like, nah, man, you should want a hoopty. I've never seen you say no retarded shit like that.
So I mean, for me, it's come from a sense of like, hey, take care of what you got. Like, I literally got shoes. Okay, I can't say that anymore because them shits is too small for me. But I had clothes from my freshman year of college, which was 2011. I literally got shirts and clothes that I have not getting rid of, and that's like quick sidebar. But men keep clothes way longer than women do, so it's like.
I think all of, especially in the black community, I think we all pat rats. Well, I can't say all of us, but a lot of people I know are pat rats, and I think we get that from our parents because our parents never wanted to throw nothing away, and they end up stacking and stacking, and then to the point you get to a point you have to throw something away.
Yeah, because a lot of times things have sentimental value to people.
And it's not just sentimental value; it's from the sense of like, hey, I had this Honda from 2013 that's still pushing. So it's like, people take cars and they don't take cars. Like, I'm a car person. But at the same time, I realize, hey, I want a fast car. I want a sports car. But I realize that don't make sense financially for me. It's like I can go out and get a Dodge Charger, Challenger, or Beamer, or whatever. But I realize that don't, what's the purpose? You're not on a racetrack. The highway is not a racetrack. You know what I'm saying? And but the sentiment of it shows you who you really are. It's like, I don't really like the phrase because it's like,
I mean, you just said it though. Like, you like fast cars, but you don't see the point of it because you basically don't have the money. But if you had the disposable income to get fast cars, you would get fast cars. So, like,
if I can afford it,
that's what I'm saying. Like, the money just showing who you really are.
And I think the difference
I don't like fast cars. So even with the money, I wouldn't get fast cars.
And I think the difference is it's like, okay, there's things you like, and then there's things you do, which I think I'm taking it out of the conversation. For me personally, there's a lot of things that I like or I admire, but I don't care how much money I get. It's not for me. It's just like,
I agree with that.
If I had $500,000 or I'm a millionaire, I'm not getting a tattoo. There's some ill ass tattoos, which a lot of people don't notice. A lot of tattoo artists don't know how to tattoo on black skin with color, which is a subject for another day. But it's like, there's some ill ass tattoos that I would get. Like, oh shit, it's like, oh shit. And I'm still not getting tattoos. But it's like, even with the practicality, I got $50 million or $500 million. What the fuck do I need 5 cars that cost $1 million a piece? What the fuck you can only drive one car.
But if you got 500 million and $1 million is the equivalent of $1,000 to you.
But it's like it's still like you're doing the same shit you did when you were broke or you didn't have this money. You're doing the same exact shit. You're just taking it to a whole nother level.
So I got a question.
That's what I'm saying. I don't feel like my bad, Rose.
It's just like, so do you feel like if you had, do you feel like $5 million would set you for life?
Yeah, it would.
I know that was a conversation too.
I think $5 million would set everyone for life at this table. But that's why I kept saying 50 million or to your point, 500 million, because I'm talking about that ridiculous amount of money that you have to really try to get rid of. Because
it's like $1 million is like, after taxes, you're in the like $500,000 range.
Because I don't think $1 million is immediately going to corrupt you.
And I will say this.
I do feel like if I was to give everyone this table $500 million,
yeah,
man, I ain't gonna lie, that's $500 million. We talking about it's so easy once you see that in your bank account to just start fucking off. And
so hold on. $100 million. No. You gotta have 999 million dollars
for $1 billion.
For $1 billion.
Yeah,
so
500 is half a billion.
Okay, my bad. I misread what you said. Yeah, so I thought you said 50 million.
No, 500 million.
Okay, yeah.
So I mean, so once you get to that level, I feel like, yeah, man, you want to start seeing parts of yourself that you probably like. You would probably, if you had 500 million, why wouldn't you have 5 cars that drive fast as hell if you like fast cars? Because think about it now. We all have our fixed incomes. It's things we spend money on now that we be like, should I really spend $25 on that? Should I really spend $40 on that? I probably should have saved my money. But because you like it, whether it's a fast food, whether it's a bottle of alcohol, whether it's a 6-pack, whether it's going to a seafood spot, or whether it's tricking off, and when I say tricking off, it could just be for the 40 or for 50. It's something you like to do, and then you afterwards you be like, I probably could have saved my money or whatever.
Man, like it's like those things that you enjoy, like your hobbies, because it's like, okay, I'm gonna name several of mine. I like art. I'm into art, like not heavy, but shit. What is it for a Basquiat painting or a Picasso? I'll probably start a foundation or do something to start, getting kids and adults into art, and I start buying pieces. Then you got cars. Hoes is like, a lot of people got advice for hoes. It's like, hey, Bryson Tiller, whatever she want. Hey, basically, it was just a bitch that was fucking with me back in the day. I'm like, hey, whatever she wants.
I think most niggas got advice for hoes, but I don't think every nigga got advice for hoes. Like, I mean, I feel like, man, I mean, and this is with respect to you and me, I feel like hoes be my downfall, man, but I don't even think that would be Rose's downfall. Like, even if he wasn't married, like in this hypothetical, let's say he's not married.
It's not even a downfall.
Like Rose is more, I'm just saying, like, Rose is different than me in the sense of, I get pussy, I don't care.
No.
I think he has more satisfaction from probably being able to be suave and spit in game. So if he had 500 million, I don't think he would be paying for cat the way I would be paying for it.
For me, it's not even paying for cat. It's like, yo, shorty say she want a $900 bag. I got $500 million.
That's all tricking. That's all tricking, bro. Unless that's your wife, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think Rose would just meet an Instagram model and get her a $9,000 bag. Whereas me, if I were 500 million and I want to fuck this bitch, and it's like, shit, she want a bag for like,
hey, but
$5K, fuck it, bro, and get this bag.
But check me out real quick. She gonna be fly, but I'm gonna be way flyer. So it's like, hey.
That's because you want to be fly though.
It was a post that said niggas only know monograms. I'll be wearing the Louis shit without no label. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this t-shirt costs $1,000. Why does it cost $1,000? I don't know. It's because
it's you got it from Better Game Kush Game.
And then but like the Prada store, I'm an honored member. I'm going. They serving me coffee and espresso and all that other shit.
It's like, for example, when you see Adam Sandler walk in New York.
I ain't buying that stuff.
You know,
they don't like us, man.
And Adam Sandler wearing sweatpants.
They like me, you know.
Adam Sandler wears sweatpants and he looking messy and shit. People make it seem like he don't spend his millions of dollars. Yeah. He do. He just don't spend on clothes.
He got a couple Ferraris. I seen him.
Just like J. Cole. Like J. Cole spends his money. He just don't spend it in the strip club like someone like Drake do. So like that's really my whole message is we all got things that we would spend our money on. And if we had the money, like bro, you give me $500 million. I'm not spending $1,000 on cologne. And I could be worth $500 fucking million. Because I just don't see the value in it. Whereas, like, I know for a fact, you, Rose, and MGH like cologne more. If I give y'all $500 million, y'all might spend $1 million on cologne. If y'all thought it was worth $1 million, if y'all thought, man, bro, this shit lasts, when you spray it 3 times on you, it lasts 5 years.
It'd be my new exclusive coming out next week.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you felt like, if that was something that was kind of advice for you, then you would do that. Like, that's why I feel like at the end of the day, all this comes down to, like, what do you value and who you really are? Like, I can give both y'all $500 million. Like, that doesn't mean y'all gonna donate to charity. Yeah. Like, I don't have $500 million right now. And I got charities that I give my money to. I tithe in my church. So if you gave me $500 million, does that mean I'm gonna stop donating to my charities? I'm gonna stop tithing in my church? No, I'm gonna keep doing that.
I'd probably give more.
You know, because I got more. But if I gave you $500 million, that don't mean you're gonna be like, well, when I was making, $20 an hour, I didn't give my church shit. I'm making $500 million. You might still say, fuck your church. No disrespect. I'm just saying, because that's probably something you don't value.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's like, even I think there's a silver lining. Like, even if we had all this money we're talking about, like, to the core of your person, it's just certain shit you're not going to do morally. And there's certain things you're going to give more, like, charity-wise. I'm like, these kids need to see music. They need to bring music back to the school. Bring band camp back.
But guess what? You could be donating to charities right now for $5.
But it's like, yo. I don't need... But I'm saying, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying, like, now... I ain't gotta worry about it. I'm like, I started a whole program.
So $5 stressing you? Like, that's really my point.
There's highs and lows in life.
If that's something you really want to do, you can send $5 a month to a charity.
But I'm saying, it's like even more. It's like, yo, I can start programs. I can act like it.
Like, you would do more. You would do more. But my point is, you would be doing something now. You would be doing something. You would be doing more if you got more.
But is that like? And it's like, to me, it's like. You can say, oh, you're going to expand on a person, but it's like, yo, if I had more, I would give more. You like
if you're currently giving, but if you're not giving shit now, why am I to assume if I give you $500 million, you want to start giving?
Because you don't really know. Yes, we can say that. We don't really know what somebody wants to do.
I mean, that's fair because you could become generous. I'm just saying, like, I'm looking at it probability. If you're not doing it now, I can't just expect that if I give you $500 million, you're going to start doing it.
And it's the way I look at it. I'm like, I don't have any other concerns.
But if you do give it to them and they start doing it, then that kind of does change you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it would change you, which I don't believe in that. I feel like you are who you are, and it's just going to highlight it, man. Like, when it comes to what you said, to try to not get too biblical, man, it's like when God's saying which farmer he going to pray. Bless. Well, the one that's out here, preparing his fields, that's the one who's going to get the rain. The one who's just sitting on the, porch saying, Lord, please give me rain, he might not get the rain.
But hey.
So if you already out here giving $5 to a charity or giving $10 to something that you think is valuable, like your church, then yeah, when you get the $500 million, guess what? You might give $1,000 to that charity. You might give $5,000 to your church.
And I'll go left. I'm saying, like, hey, I don't have any other concerns. It's like, hey, I wanted to have arts and, camps, sports camps for kids. Hey, I got the money now. I can do what I always wanted to do. I had a dream, and I can do it now. Before, it was like, hey, I had to find people to give money to or find people to help out. And it's like, shit, basketball sports camp. Augusta, Savannah, Burke County doesn't have one of those. Guess what we're doing? So I mean, like, it's
good, bro.
I'm just a proponent of there's things people do and there's things that people never say or do until they get there. And it's just like it goes to biblical. You want to go biblically? I had to have them go through something to get to that point. Now, all that time they took,
and at that point, see, money ain't changing you. Like it's something much higher is changing you at that point in time.
And that's what I'm saying. They had to see. You didn't see it physically.
Yeah.
But in their heart.
No, I'm agreeing with that. Now, if we're saying something spiritual is going to change you, cool. But I'm going to end it with this. Like I take someone like Rose, for example. Rose, the last couple of years, for example, he'll give me something for my birthday. Now, is that nigga getting me the most amazing birthday gift in terms of he spent $500, $1,000 on it? Nah. But what he'll do is he'll get me something like some cigars. The cigars might be only $10. And he might give me a bottle. And the bottle might be only $20. So he might only spend $30 or $40 on my birthday gift. But he's doing something to show that, yo, it's your birthday, you my homie, I want to do something for you. Like, I got homies that make more than him that don't give me something for my birthday and financially, in terms of like gifts and stuff like that. So like that lets me know this is something that's in his heart to do.
But I mean,
so if I gave him $500 million, like why would he? Like in my head, he would probably give me tickets to the Falcons games, like in the suite. Or he might say, you know what, WrestleMania is in New Orleans, man. He go WrestleMania tickets. I know you're a wrestling fan, and I bought you a flight or whatever. Because if he had $500 million, he might do some shit like that because he's already a thoughtful individual.
But I mean,
so him being a thoughtful individual, and I'm not gonna say he's broke, but living a medium income, why would that change once he got $500 million?
But I'm saying there's like, everybody hates to hear me say this shit. I say this shit all the time. There's known knowns and there's unknown knowns. There's like shit.
It ain't Boondocks.
It is, nigga. Boondocks is real life. But I'll say this, like, there's things people want to do, but you're like, oh, well, why don't you do? Basically, sum it up is do what you can when you can. And it means the world, right? And I'm like, there's a lot of people out there, and I'm one of them. What I want to do is not good enough. But when I get there, what I couldn't do, I'll do now. And that's probably would be one of my vices along with other shit. I ain't gonna lie. Cars and clothes. Cars, clothes, hoes. I ain't gonna lie, that'd be my vice.
This is my final message, man. Shout out to MGH because we have this conversation all the time. Kirk Franklin said this, and this is something what you just said about being perfect. Hey, man. Just because we aren't perfect don't mean we don't have purpose. So just because you can't find the perfect way to do something, the perfect way to say something, or you don't feel like you're the perfect individual, that does not mean that what you gotta say, what you gotta do, and who you are doesn't have purpose and meaning to your life and other people's life, man. So, whether you're worth $500 million or just $50,000 a year, whatever it is that your heart is set on, please go ahead and put your heart towards that. So, a lot of people, if they hit the lottery, if I hit big on prize picks and get like 20K, I might shed some tears, nigga. I ain't gonna lie. Moving on to TNT.
Can't do that. Boom! Dynamite.
Tears, no tears.
So, talking about something that might change you. Being found guilty when you're not guilty definitely would change your life. So there was this judge who was reading a verdict from the jury, and he said that an individual was guilty. And the jury started saying, oh, hold on, what's up? And the judge was like, oh, my bad, I thought I said not guilty. Oh, yeah, no, you're free to go. Now, granted, this judge just said guilty, bailiff arrested him, and take him a reprimand and all that, and then he had to backtrack. Now, I got tears of... I want to say laughter, but also shame because it's funny in the sense of this just shows you how people that are in these elected positions a lot of the time, how they see people and how they think. They see someone and they already make their own mind of if they're guilty or not. But it's also shame because we think these judges are unbiased. We hope these judges are unbiased and they're giving people fair trials. But the fact that this judge read a guilty verdict when it said not guilty, like what was happening during the trial, because you never know all the times that the defense attorney might have objected, something, and the judge might have denied it, or evidence that he might have wanted to include, and the judge might have said no. Like, there's a lot of things that a judge can do to hurt someone when they're on trial. And this was just kind of sad. It was funny a little bit, but it was also sad because I told TTK, because that's the first person who sent me the video. And I said, I thought it was funny until I found out this was for like killing a cop. Because I originally thought, oh, this is probably like a speeding ticket, parking ticket. I thought it was something minor. That's why I thought it was funny. When I found out, no, hold up, bro. This nigga was on trial for killing a cop. That's when it stopped being funny to me, because the offenses were so serious. Nah, bro, you can't make that kind of mistake when someone's life is on the line to that extent.
Yeah, I had tears, man. Initially, it was tears of laughter. And I will admit, I'm the type of person to reach. Sometimes my mind works faster than my mouth. So there's a disconnect sometimes. I'll read some shit and I'm ready, spill off. So I can see how it happens, but like when you're in a courtroom setting, man, it just shows me that you're just going through the motions. Part of me is thinking that there's a certain part of him that was like, initially he's seen so many cases, as long as he's been a lawyer and a judge, somebody in the judicial system, where he naturally has a thought like, oh, this MFer is guilty. So I mean, I can understand it. It's the fact that you laugh about it, dude. I'd be embarrassed as a judge and as a legal professional, a judicial professional. I'd be fucking embarrassed at that. And now he probably is, because he's been shamed. But it's like, to have that have a black man sitting there that did not do anything, and it turns out the story's crazier when you start digging. Because initially I'm like, okay, some shit happened, off-duty cop, blah blah blah. Nah, nigga was trying to do some freaky shit and chase the nigga and all this other bullshit. You should be.
The cop trying to make the nigga suck his dick, bro.
That's why I said crazy. I ain't want to say it, but hey,
off duty.
But it's like, that shit is crazy. And you had the initial thought to say guilty. Like, you've seen so many cases, bro. I'd be embarrassed as a judge. Cheers for you, because you should be fucking embarrassed.
Yeah, the judge was like, shut up, black.
Basically. He was like, oh, nah. He's innocent. He's not going to jail today. I got another one.
Yeah, I got tears because if that would have been me, my heart would have dropped.
No, I would have thought that time. I would have started speaking like Scooby-Doo.
And he knew he was guilty, but so he got off. So he knew he was guilty because his face was like, his face ain't even changed. He was like,
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, he did have a dumbass face.
Yeah, so his face ain't even changed. Guilty. He like, yeah, I knew I was guilty, but I ain't think I was gonna get found guilty. He didn't even look like he didn't even look innocent.
Like, no surprise at all. He was like, guilty. He was like,
Rose.
He was like, okay.
He wanted to suck that dick because he told him he was gonna do it. But then when the dick got in his face, he changed his mind. Oh. It was probably stank.
Oh, but way bigger than he thought it was going to be. It was like, I thought this was going to be 6 inches. This is 12.
Draw it back.
Don't have no gag reflex to this shit.
Too much.
Hey, man. So, speaking of a situation where a woman was guilty. So, this woman had a girlfriend. She killed her girlfriend. Then after killing her girlfriend, she assumed her girlfriend's identity. So this happened, I want to say in 2007 from correct seeds, like around that time period. And they just recently found in 2025, like the DNA and everything to confirm that the person that died basically 18 years ago, they got their identity now. The reason why it took so long was because the person who killed the other person assumed their identity. Yeah, man, I got tears of confusion.
Before you start, mention the extra fact. This was her girlfriend.
Yeah, I got tears of confusion because, can I be honest with you? This sounds like a psychological thriller type movie in the making. Like this don't even sound like real life. This sounds like, oh, see, you saw that new trailer for that movie? Like To Death? Like that's what this sounds like. This sounds like some shit that we would see a trailer for, or for a movie or a TV series, and we would watch it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? This don't sound like real life. So you was dating the bitch, you killed the bitch, you were so in love with the bitch that you became the bitch. Oh my God. And you did it for 18 years. They said on her driver's license she had all the bitch's biographical information with her picture. Like she took the bitch name, height, weight. Like, god damn, man, that shit's just crazy to me, man. Like, this just shows you pussy. We even have bitches going crazy, man.
I got tears, man, because it's just it. And this goes to last week with the shooting, the CDC. This is why I say it's a psychological problem. This is the stuff that's reported. We got shit that happens when it's like specifically, mass murder, whatever. This is one individual. Like, she dated the chick, apparently had some form of love, and to have this happen, she literally took the bitch's place. Her mom came to the state of Georgia. She don't even live in Georgia. She came here 4 or 5 times, maybe more over the years. This shit is crazy, man. Like, everybody be like, murders happen every day, you just don't know about it. Yes. But when you hear about it, this shit is so crazy. And like, there's people out there that are just sinister, and like, any woman going forward, any bitch or woman going forward that says I want to be in your skin, I'm cutting the bitch off. I'm blocking her, drop whatever. We go on a date, I'm blocking the bitch. I can see an Instagram post. She said, this is how I want my man. I'm gonna be in the skin. Bitch, you're blocked. Don't ever say that or post it. Bitch, you're probably a basket case in the fucking making, bitch. Probably already. Like, that shit, she literally took this phrase, I want to be in that skin, be in my lover's skin, to the fucking core. This shit is like, this shit's gonna be a Tubi movie in like 2 years.
Yeah.
It's either gonna be Lifetime or it's gonna be Tubi. Either way.
Yeah, I got tears because I can't believe she did it. And then she dismembered the body, like, and she was smart with it. She cut off the head, the hands, and the feet, and just left everything else. And then nobody knew anything about it until something like the body was found or something, I don't know, that it was identified or something. But she got away with it for a long time. Man, I got tears, man.
Yeah, man. So another situation that's kind of crazy. So in Macon, Georgia, there was a teacher, a white teacher, writing the N-word on the board in front of a class of students. And there was a black teacher that got outraged and walked out and was snapping. Yeah, tears again. Because I know Rose talked about in the final thoughts a couple months ago about a teacher who was saying the N-word and the class of students chanting the N-word. And I would like to know more information about why the teacher was writing the N-word on the board. Like, where is she trying to teach a history lesson about Black history? Was it productive? Was she trying to show, how bad this was, and she was actually trying to do it for educational purposes and show what white people was doing to niggas back in the day? Or was this kind of like what Rose had talked about months ago, where it seemed like it was just basically to just say a hateful word to African Americans, to Black people? I would like to lean on the Black teacher's judgment, because them walking out of the classroom, I would like to think that it was not an overreaction, and I would like to think that they felt it was inappropriate and it had no place in the particular lesson she was teaching. So based off of that knowledge, yeah, I got tears, man. And we got to remember one thing before I pass it on to UCs. Like, it's so many white teachers, not just in the South, but in this whole country, that are teaching Black students. And they're teaching Black students about American history, about Black history. and we don't know that their own biases and prejudices, how that is playing into them teaching the students. And outside of history, let's go to English, let's go to math, let's go to other subjects. Like when black people are more energetic or outspoken, we don't know when they are penalizing a black student for certain stuff. Like, how does that come into place of, yo, because they're black and I don't understand them, or because I have a preconceived notion, I'm penalizing them. That's something that I feel like really needs to be understood by the educational system.
I got tears, man, because even if it was a intent behind it, you see the word said every day. You see the word posted online every day, whether it's an ER or an N. It doesn't matter. You see it, you hear it every day. It's an American vocabulary language. You see this word all the time. So for you to teach a lesson about it, you didn't have to write that shit on the board. Let's be honest. You didn't have to. You could have said, hey, the N word. Everybody knows when I say N word, nobody's thinking ninja. Nobody's thinking the letter N. No. Like, this is not fucking Sesame Street. Nobody's thinking like, no, nah. We're thinking about, when you say the N word, people automatically go to, I'm not even gonna say it, but for that black teacher, credit to you, because he was probably tired of the shit. And you see, it's like, we need black teachers teaching black kids, because how are you gonna let somebody that's outside of your culture teach you your own history? And it's like, it goes beyond school. You gotta teach this shit at home. You gotta teach it in the community, everywhere. And like, shit, shout out to Amanda Seals, because she be talking a lot of shit, but when she's on her shit, she be on it. If she spazzed out on a MAGA nigga, and she spat a MAGA naga, and she spazzed out on some immigrant, and it's like, we have these conversations. It's like, yo, like, this is 2025. We shouldn't be having these situations and things happening. So shout out to the teacher for taking a stand what he really believed in, man.
Yeah, I got tears too, because this is set. Anytime we got to be able to preach and teach the right way, and when lots of preachers and teachers are not doing it the right way, it makes everybody else look worse, man.
So, talking about doing things the right way, rock and roll legend Chubby Checker, he recently got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So congrats to him. He came out and said, because of the long wait and how long it's taken, that he would not be there for the actual ceremony. I don't have no tears, because I don't have no issue with what he's doing. I remember when Terrell Owens, after the third ballot, the third time, got inducted to the Hall of Fame, he decided to have his Hall of Fame ceremony at his college, which I think was an HBCU, if I'm correct, Rose. He decided to have it at his college, and people got mad, including Shannon Sharp, saying that's wrong. Nah, I was a Hall of Famer the day I retired. And y'all waited 3 years to put me in because y'all didn't like me. Chubby Checker, for those who don't know, he popularized the song The Twist. So that song that you hear in all these old movies and that so many people have made, do The Twist, he's one of the people who popularized that song. Like, so when we're talking about people that deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, it's not just him, but it's a lot of black legends that should have been in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So I have no issue. What I hope he does is this. I hope he finds an area that appreciates him and black culture, and he does his own Hall of Fame ceremony like Terrell Owens did, where he gives his speech, he thanks all his people, because at the end of the day, the Hall of Fame ceremony is not for the people who put you in it, it's for yourself and your family and your friends and the people who helped you get to that point. So I hope he does pick a platform, whether it's BET or something else, where he can talk to his loved ones and everyone who helped him along the way to his success, man. So I don't have no tears.
I got tears, man, because shout out to the people who actually know. What do you think rock and roll came from? It came from the blues. You literally have people like Mick Jagger, the Beatles, what's the other groups? The Rolling Stones. They'll tell you where my influence came from. They'll tell you Bob Marley. Like literally, Bob Marley was around. They would tell him like, yeah, you influenced me. Bob Marley got his influence from American jazz. So the rhythm and blues originally turned into rock and roll.
Shit, you forgot one, dog.
Muddy Waters.
The motherfucker they call the king.
Oh, James Brown.
No, Elvis.
Oh,
Like, he was influenced by Nick.
and that's a whole different story. Like Elvis himself, when he was alive, he would tell people, "Hey, I was influenced by this person, that person." And then, like, wasn't it this story he brought one of his background singers
Yeah.
was one of his background singers, he paid her more than he at the time was supposed to. And it's like you look at those old clips of Sam Cooke and all those other old singers where they were an American bandstand. They could perform, but you didn't see a black face in the crowd, black and white. So I mean, damn right, he ain't fucking going. You waited 40 years plus. It's probably more than 40 years that you waited to induct the man that influenced generations. This man who was credited with starting the rock and roll movement in America. Like literally, they say it's on documentary. It's documented. The twist was really, it's probably not the actual first rock and roll song, but it's credited as being
It's the most popular.
one of the most popular
Early ones.
And we talk about
To the point, even white people, when you watch videos back in that time period, you'll see white people at the beach
doing the twist. And it's like it goes to Stevie Wonder, Little Richard, and then like even having somebody like David Grohl from the Red Chili Peppers. He said, "Shit, where did I learn to play drums? Like shit, I learned from James Brown." And like there was a documentary with him and Pharrell, and he was like, "Hey, when I was in what's the band with Kurt Cobain? Nirvana." He was like, "Yo, I ain't gonna lie, that first Nirvana album, fucking classic. But it just goes to show you, it's like, yo, all them hits." He was like, "I learned that shit from the old rhythm and blues players." He even shouted out Charlie Wilson, the Gap Band. So I mean, it just goes to show you, shit, Jimi Hendrix. I can name a whole Slash. If you didn't know, Slash is half Jewish and half black. Even Slash, he was like, "Yo, a lot of people don't know me for." I'm not known in the hip hop and the R&B community, but it's like shit. I was influenced by it. I love it. So I mean, there's a whole lot of like Lenny Kravitz and all these other artists. Rock and roll is Black history is American history, and I just want to say like rock and roll started from the Black history, started from the banjo all the way back to Africa. So I mean, it's just all tied together. And it's like Black history is American history. And it's like, damn, shame on you. Why did you wait so long? Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you should be ashamed of yourselves.
Yeah, I got tears too because he started it and he finished it. And it's like nobody gave him credit for it. Like that song is so old. And I know he contributed more to music other than that song, but it just make it seem like the outmass and the media just makes it seem like, oh, that was his only song, that was his only contribute to the music and the rock and roll, and that's what put him in the Hall of Fame. It was more than just that song, so he deserved to be in it a long time ago, and I'll be just like him, man. F you, pay me.
So I'm talking about pay me. So y'all remember Lil Tay, the little, Oriental Asian girl. She was about 14, 13. That had the cash and money by her head and flashing the cash in front of her face, saying she's the richest young person in the world.
So Lil Dolph made her famous. Young Dolph.
Young Dolph made her famous. And she used to be in, Rose said before the pod, she was in a couple rap videos. Well, she's all grown up now, fellas. She's 18. And the first thing she did when she turned 18, she got OnlyFans. And apparently she broke the record for most subscriptions and money made. It was well over $1 million. C's, what's your thoughts?
I got tears, man. Because you can look at it two different perspectives. You got the OnlyFans where they actually show everything, and you got the OnlyFans where they just showing pictures, bikinis, whatever. And I'm not saying I'm a subscriber. I've never subscribed to fucking OnlyFans, but I know what the fuck goes on. Everybody does. This is one of the few times. Betty Ray got some good points, but at the same time, he talks a lot of shit that I don't agree with or like. He has a certain way of coming off, but y'all some sick motherfuckers, man. Only reason why I would say no tears is because y'all ain't say shit when Bad Barbie, the bitch that was on Catch Me Outside, yeah, that girl, that was on Dr. Phil. Y'all ain't say shit when she did it. Shit, she probably made a fucking lick off that shit when she originally posted her shit in like 20. I don't fucking remember. Like, I'm not keeping up with that shit, but y'all some sick motherfuckers that keep doing this shit, and it just goes to show you how sick people are. Like, this shit, you seen a girl when she was young. Who the fuck is going to want to see her when she's young? That means you waited, you're a fucking predator online, and to make that amount of money is fucking crazy. Like, this shit is sick. I got tears because that, like, she doing what she knows. She was famous off of TikTok and Instagram and made money, flashing cash back then, whether it was fake money or real money. Y'all some sick ass people. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, man, I got tears too. I know they just recently brought back Ready to Love. That's Tommy's. He hosts the show. It's on OWN. And recently it was 3 weeks ago, but I just watched it last week. That they had an episode where the girl had the dudes had to meet one of the girl's ex. So the girl brought the ex, and then the ex told the dude that was me. He's like, yeah, man, I know her since she was 9 years old, man. We grew up in the church together. He said, yeah, man, I was 9 years older than her though. So, but as soon as she turned 18, man, I shot my shot, man. We started dating, and I'm like, hold on, what? Did he just say this on TV? He said he known this girl since she was 9 years old, and when she turned 18, he was waiting on her and shot his shot, and then she started dating him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that is kind of creepy.
Come on now, man.
Only because he known her since she was 9. That's why it's creepy.
Come on, man. Like, it's the same thing with this, man. Y'all known this girl online since she was 11, 12, 13, 14. She turned 18. But do we know? Have anybody seen her on X? Like, is she bare bottom? What's she showing?
I have no idea, man, because I haven't seen it, man. I would assume she's probably like just in her underwear and bikini and stuff.
And that makes it even worse. Y'all paid all that money just to see that. Man, come on, man. Y'all gotta do better.
Yeah, man. I got tears of laughter, man. I think this is funny, man. Because first of all, a lot of y'all niggas are such simps. As soon as she opened OnlyFans, the first thing y'all decided to do was, I'm gonna pay my money to subscribe. Whether it's $5, $20, how much it was, you paid your money to subscribe. You know, secondly, goddamn, Lil Tay, you ain't even give life a try. You ain't even say, let me try to go to college, let me try to rap, let me try to model. Like, you ain't say, you know what, I'm 25, I done tried 7 years to make money legitimately, it's time for me to bust open this pussy. No, at 18, you said, hey, it's time for me to do this thing. And it's so funny, because I hate to say this about the young girls being raised today, I think it's a lot of hoes like this. It's a lot of hoes that's in high school right now. It's like, I cannot wait to turn 18. They are freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors in high school. They can't wait to turn 18 because the first thing they want to do is open the OnlyFans, and they all think they're going to be millionaires. And for every Lil Tay, I promise you, there's 1,000 other girls that are her age that basically only made $500 this month on OnlyFans. And next month, guess what's going to happen? they gonna make less. And the month after that, Rose, guess what's gonna happen? They gonna make even less. Because it's girls in this city that first month in OnlyFans in Augusta, Georgia, they made probably 2-3 bands. And then 3 months later, them hoes is barely making $50 a month from their OnlyFans. But guess what? Everybody in the city already saw everything. They just saw you spread eagle. They just saw you.
All the niggas want to see you do it once.
Yeah.
Once they see you do it once, okay, that's
They
what
know
you're
what
working
the
with.
areolas look like.
That's what it look like.
They just seen a nigga hit you from the back.
Unsubscribe.
They just seen you suck dick. They just screenshot. They just screen record it. And they just send it to their homeboys, man. So, yeah, man, I got tears of laughter, man, because it's just crazy that this is the society we live in. But expect more of this, man. It's going to be a lot of girls between this age range, as soon as they turn 18, they not going to even try anything. They're going to be like, I'm going to OnlyFans, and I'm going to hope I hit. Because to make $1 million in a day, that's a lot of fucking money just in one fucking day to become a millionaire. I don't know what's wrong with these hoes, y'all.
What's wrong with them?
So, this thing been going viral of these pics of these two young niggas, who been walking around Atlanta, Georgia, and they was wearing skirts. Now, apparently, they're not from Atlanta. They're outsiders, and people was trying to speculate, is this the Atlanta culture, or is it basically a whole bunch of outsiders who are trying to make this Atlanta culture? C's, man, what's wrong with these hoes?
Hey, man, I got a quick little monologue. Do y'all like my intro? What's wrong with them? Let me know. I'll post it. You'll do a thumbs up if you like it. If you don't, it's annoying, whatever, fuck it. But back to the main subject. Hey, man, half these fashion dudes, the flyest dudes you think of, the designers, Karl Lagerfeld, rest in peace. I'm only saying that because he got the same name as me. But Yves Saint Laurent, I could just go based off of designers, man. They half them niggas is gay. So that's nothing to be said. They never tried to make you look like not what you are. They were still men at the end of the day. And they knew what men, when it came to their men's collection and their lineup, they knew what men wanted to wear. Whether it's the runway or some other shit, they knew what men wanted to wear. You new niggas need to stop watching the Boondocks and wanting to do that bullshit. Because it called it, like, shout out to the creator of the Boondocks. You're a fucking genius and you might be a damn oracle. Because this shit don't fucking make sense. Ain't nobody besides Young Thug and maybe, did Little Baby wear a dress? A couple other niggas, maybe Gun, snitches is bitches, But couple other niggas ain't wearing that bullshit. Come on, man. Like, let's be serious. Like, this shit is like, it was bad enough with the satchels, the man bags, the man purses. The fuck are you niggas doing? The fuck are you on? There's so much other shit you can do. Be flying. Like, shit, like, shit, we got watches. We got dress shirts, wear a suit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the I can't think of his name right now, but Style OG. Shout out to the Style OG on YouTube, man. I salute, man. But there's so many other ways. We got our own shit, man. Like, the fuck y'all niggas doing, man? Y'all niggas is gay. That shit is bullshit.
Yeah, man. I see pictures of A$AP Rocky, Russell Westbrook, Odell Beckham, shit, Vin Diesel, who's technically half black, Sam Jackson, Wayne, Young Thug, like you said earlier. I'm not even saying the gay niggas.
The only caveat I give you with Sam Jackson, he was wearing a fucking kilt.
Hey, bro, I was gonna get into that. I could say like some of the gay niggas like Lil Nas X, of course, and Jada Smith. I'm gonna leave them alone. But like, I'm a wrestling fan, bro. I see Drew McIntyre wear a kilt, and I see goddamn Sheamus wear a kilt all the time, man. I mean, what is the difference? Like, what's the difference between a purse and a man bag? Like, what is the difference? Like,
with a kilt, it's like all right.
I know it's cultural, but from how it's made and how it looks, what's the difference? Like fuck, like don't give me the culture difference just from what you're looking at.
Culture matters. That's all I'm saying.
But that's my point. Like culturally, I don't like outside of culturally, I don't know the difference. Like, yo, we used to make fun of niggas in kilts, bro. Like, I'm a wrestling fan. Like, people used to make fun of Roddy Piper for wearing the kilt way back.
But he whooped their ass and was like, "Bitch, he said, "Bitch, I'm Irish." What the fuck you want?
He did, but
he didn't do that shit for a fashion statement.
But I'm saying, like, that's what that people used to do that shit because of the fact we just looked at it as a dress. Now, like, man, wrestlers come out in kilts and we like, niggas don't even, like, when wrestlers cut promos, they don't even think to make fun of Drew McIntyre for wearing a kilt.
I'm not even letting you put in the same category. It's fucking, this ain't that, nigga. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying, how do we know? Like, bro, I don't know the difference. They look the same. Like, that's like when men say, this is a man purse. I mean, a man bag. Nigga, it looks like a purse to me. Like, I don't know the fucking difference. Nigga, it look like a purse. I don't care if you call it a man bag. To me, it's a purse. I don't care if you call it a kilt. It looks like a goddamn skirt to me.
This ain't that, nigga. That's
you know? So all I'm just saying is, like, niggas been doing this for a long time. A$AP Rocky, Young Thug. Like, these motherfuckers been wearing, skirts for such a long time. Like, I'm to the point now, like, when I saw it, I was like, shit, at first I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was two studs. Like, I thought it was two studs. I was like, damn, bro, these studs trying to be a little feminine. Then I looked, I said, oh, these niggas. Oh, shit, these niggas. I said, okay, then. Then I saw it said Atlanta. I said, oh, that's a normal day in Atlanta. Like, nigga, you make it seem like this is Augusta, Georgia. Nigga, that's a normal fucking day in Atlanta. To be honest, them two niggas was probably in the mall wearing two skirts, and guess what, Rose? They probably got showed up by two niggas wearing dresses. Because that's what you gonna see when you in Atlanta, Georgia, bro. I remember when we went to Atlanta one year, it was you, me, D-Will, and motherfucking MGH who was in the mall, and it was a group of niggas wearing like some blue dresses, some shit. Like, they was wearing blue tights and blue dresses.
Was we at Lennox?
Yeah, we was at Lennox Mall. You remember? And these niggas wasn't no small niggas. Like, some niggas was about our size, but some of these niggas, like, they work out. Like, Atlanta, like, bro, I know the internet says this. Atlanta a different place.
Niggas was JUCO, maybe D2.
Atlanta's not no place.
Crazy.
When we was in Miami, me and Rose saw two gay niggas, and one of them niggas was swole as hell. And them niggas was walking gay, dressing gay. You could tell he was gay. And this nigga Juice Man had the audacity to walk up on one of them niggas, and Rose was like, nigga, he finna say some ignorant shit. I'm not finna have his back. Luckily, he just asked the nigga about some chain he had on, some shit.
No, he said, what you got on?
Yeah,
that's what he said, what you got on? But the dude was so slow, he thought he was talking about his cologne.
That's what it was. And then they had a conversation about that shit, but it was apparent, like, no, these niggas is gay, and they're wearing gay shit, man. So when you go to certain places like New Orleans, Houston, Vegas, California, LA, and Miami, I'm gonna be honest, those is not normal places in America. Those are places where them people feel comfortable to be themselves. And a lot of times, a lot of them people that's, let's use the word queer, that don't know what they are, they're comfortable to kind of play that game with them. So I have no problem with this, man. Like, shit, man, wear the skirts, man. I don't give a fuck what you do, bro. Like, it's Atlanta. Now, had you did this shit in Augusta, Georgia, it would have been like, hold on, what's going on here now? We don't really do that kind of shit, but you in Atlanta. When in Rome, what's the brand? When in Rome?
Yeah, man. Do what they do. But I would never do what they do. I ain't wearing no skirt. I ain't wearing no dress, no red dress, no blue dress.
So if you was in Scotland, you wouldn't wear a kilt?
No kilt. I do not want no greens, eggs, and ham. No greens.
I am Sam. I don't want it in the boat. I don't want next to a goat. I don't want it on the float.
No, I don't want none of that. No, man. I don't know what's wrong with these hoes, man. We try to tell you all the time, man. Hoes could be girls or ninjas too. This time there's some ninjas, but they acting straight like hoes. And I bet y'all hoes was digging it too. Oh, they look so cute. Look at his hair.
Hey, them niggas was posting up too, bro. Like in them pictures that they was posting, them niggas just knew they was fly, dog.
They need to be smacked, and all the hoes that said they look cute.
Y'all hoes need to be smacked. They got a picture where they back to back.
Man, come on. Man, like Roddy saying, hey, man, them niggas gay.
Hey. So when you first go to Atlanta, you'll be like, some of the shit you'll see in Atlanta is so crazy. Guess what, Season Rose? It's like the opening scene to a fucking movie. Moving on to the last topic. So we saw this post that said, best opening scenes in cinema history. So we're doing the top 3. As always, when we do our top, 3 or 5s, you got your top, but of course, we're going to give you like a couple honorable mentions, Now, for clarification to the audience, an opening scene, no more than 10 minutes. About like the beginning of a movie, how a movie starts or whatever. We kind of all got an idea what an opening scene for a movie is. What do y'all think is the best opening scenes in movie history? Sees?
So it was biased. They even came with the fucking post. That shit was like a fucking music video. And shout out to the mans, because he had his own fucking character on his shit before he came out on concert. Had his own fucking collaboration with New Balance. Shout out to Nasty Nas, Nazir Jones, Belly. One of the fucking most classic scenes. The fucking man went from Little X. He said, I ain't little no more. I'm Director X. This man's making movies. It's a classic scene. You don't need no fucking words. Because what I'm doing is a fucking scene in itself. Them niggas went straight in the club. Niggas had contacts. How many films can you name there in the 90s and the early 2000s where niggas was like, yo, I'm coming to the club. It's some Halloween shit. Nigga, I got blue contacts. And niggas came in. You know them niggas was on some shit. DMX walking through that bitch. My nigga from The Wire. I can't think of his name now. What was his name?
What was his character name from The Wire?
Yeah. Weebay from The Wire. New York, real gritty shit. And came into the club just straight. Walked past the strippers, classic 90s, 2000s club shit. Robbed a nigga, went out the bitch, sped off. And then the rest of the movie set the tone for the fucking movie. But as far as like rap scenes, rap music videos, shit, I want to say Dr. Dre maybe dropped the next episode video after or during around the same time in the movie. That's just a classic. All these movies he made, all these music videos, shout out to Director X. Belly, that was a classic ass scene because it set the tone for a lot of this shit that we do to this day. Every day. So shout out, and I'm biased, shout out to Belly, and shout out to the poster, man. That shit was like.
Shout out to Hype Williams, man.
Hype, man, that's another brother on the scene. Hype Williams, Little X, Director X, man, like them classic videos and movies you think of, man. And it was really a toss-up, man, because I had a couple of honorable mentions, but hey, Full Metal Jacket. If you've ever been in the military, you've experienced some level of it. He was not even an actor. My dude who used to do Mail Call. I used to watch it when I was overseas in Germany as a kid. And, rest in peace to him. I can't think of his name right now, but.
You talking about the drill sergeant?
Yeah.
He was an actual drill sergeant.
He was actually did 3 tours in Vietnam, but he did that shit off a whim. Give your ass to Jesus, give your soul to Jesus, because your ass is mine. Who the fuck thinks of lines like that? There's only 2 things that comes from Texas. Steers and queers. Which ones are you, son? I will kick your ass so bad, my foot is going to be in your throat. So many quotables that I can attest to in the military. The old school, that Iron Guard is gone, but it's a testament. And then, one of your favorite actors, Vertese, Kingpin and Daredevil, and so many other movies, played a great scene, but it set a tone, besides Apocalypse Now, it set a tone for war movies. Full
Yeah.
Metal Jacket set a tone that showed you real, in your face, hardcore shit. And you was like, yo, the way they ended the basic training for this movie, I know this fucking movie is going to be crazy. And then the last one, man, I'm going to actually go overseas, man. I got to go to London town. Shout out to the UK listeners, my London boys. We ain't talk about it, but shout out to the black folks in Ireland and Scotland, you know, Soups boys, you know, upstate, what is it, Blackwater, Manchester, all that, Soups. Shout out to y'all, but I'm going to go with Snatch. Snatch was one of them crazy ass movies that had a big cast. It was one of the first movies where I really started paying attention to big cast, where they had a lot of, not a lot, but a lot of stars. Whether it's you know, the black guys, Samson, he's a great actor. He was in The Walking Dead. But shout out to Benicio del Toro, a great underrated actor. Sicarios, a lot of other movies I can't think of right now, but he's been in a lot of shit. Just the opening where they went in to rob the jewelry store in Antwerp, and it's like you get a history lesson. Antwerp's one of the diamond capitals. Where did they get the diamonds from? Africa. So Belgium. If you don't know the history of Belgium, look it up. But you know, Benny the Blade. There were so many characters, and I'm gonna do two opening scenes. It was that opening scene where they robbed the jewelry store, and then the introduction where they had Jason Statham. He was like, "Yeah, I'm a fixer. I fix boxing matches and all this other shit." And you know, it just goes to show you how, you know, different cultures crossed overseas way before they crossed in the States. But it's a great ensemble, great cast, a lot of quotables. Snatches is, if you've never seen it, Snatch is a great fucking movie. If you got to, turn the subtitles on, man. Fuck it. And then what am I on? 2?
I think you said 3. I was gonna ask you your honorable mentions.
So I said Belly, I said Snatch, and I said Full Metal Jacket. My bad, yeah. And then my honorable mentions, man, City of God, one of the highest rated.
I was waiting for that too.
Brazilian films of all time. They're still getting paid. They had a spinoff. They had City of Men, the current modern day version of the shit, which is a great movie, by the way. Not as good as the first, but it shows to show you the parallels between Black America in the 70s and Black people in the same hemisphere, and being the biggest country outside of Africa, the biggest Black population in Brazil. And like from Little Zay, it goes to show you the story of from the slums of the village to the slums of the city. And it just goes to show you how, as different as we are, we're the fucking same. They had the same fucking experience. And like I took a class in high school that was based around English. It was based around movies. This was one of the movies we looked at. When you look at film and cinematography, meaning how they shoot the film, camera angles, how they move, how they run down the street, all this shit matters because it gives you a certain perspective. And it was like a person POV basically. But it goes to show you how these parallels. And then my last one, man, honorable mention, Glorious Bastards, man. Christoph Waltz.
You gotta have the Quentin Tarantino movie now.
Yeah, Tarantino. And it was like, he got a lot of good shit, but this was one of my favorites. And I watched this movie anytime I see it on TV or streaming, I'll watch a couple minutes. But
you want to know something sad? Out of all his works, that was probably like the second to last I recently saw. Like I saw that like 2 years ago for the first time.
Shame on you, but it took you long enough. But glad you watched it. But I mean, shout out to you, dude. Like we were talking about epic opening moments, and then my very last one. I'm so sorry for taking up so much of your time. The Godfather, one of the classic Martin Scorsese films. He took the time to set the tone where you've seen everything in the film happen out. One son was next in line. One son was not going to be in the streets and be in the business. And he was going to go off in the military and go off and be a fucking politician. how they wanted to do. Shout out to Kennedy's because that's how they did their shit. But it just goes like Salazzo fucking apologizing, and it set the tone for so much of the fucking film. And this is like when we talking about movie buffs and movie fans, two of us are at the table. Me and Vertizi, we really look at movies and we watch the shit differently.
I'm gonna be honest, man. That Godfather, it's in your honorable mention. It could have been like in the top 3, man. Like, cause I ain't gonna lie, I had a movie that was kind of like on the bubble in terms of like making it into the honorable mentions at least, like Rex in Paris. And but do you remember that opening scene in that movie?
Yeah.
It was a ripoff from Godfather. It was Angelica basically being like Don Corleone and basically saying, "You come to me on the wedding," you know, like that's how good Godfather opening scene was. Then a cartoon movie in the 90s said, "Hey, we're gonna open our movie like this." So yeah, I think that's dope. I'm gonna start off my, honorable mentions. So I ain't gonna lie. When I started thinking about it, it was so many movies I had. So Blue Streak, for those who remember that movie Blue Streak, to me that was dope because it starts off with them robbing the jewelry store. And then it goes to like, okay, they robbed the jewelry store. They're at the top of the store on the roof. And then the one bad guy in the movie, he shoots the other guy. And then Martin's like, "Fuck you, nigga." And then basically he crashes back inside the store, hides the diamond, and he gets arrested. And then you see him years later get out of prison, and it's now a police station. Like, to me, that's just funny because you done hid this diamond inside what's now a police station. And that kind of sets the tone for, let's see where this is going to go. A Quiet Place. I had to do a horror movie because for those who love horror movies like myself, most of the time, what's normally safe in horror movies? Kids. And sometimes women. But kids are usually safe in horror movies. If you remember the opening scene, they're in the store, they're traveling through the woods, the son has a toy, it starts buzzing, the dad tries to get the son, and right before he gets the son, the monster snatches him. Do you know why that's so dope? Because that lets you know at the beginning of the movie, ain't no one fucking safe. If they gonna kill off a kid in the first 5 minutes of the movie, that means anybody in this movie can fucking die. Even the main fucking character. Like, so you need to be watching the movie. So that was dope. And then you said a Quentin Tarantino movie. Man, Pulp Fiction, man, like that gotta be the end of my honorable mentions, man. Like, if y'all remember, it was the dude, Tim Roth. He played in a couple other Pulp Fiction movies. He played in Reservoir Dogs and some other movies. But it's him and the bitch. They're basically talking about, like, their relationship, and they're talking about other casual stuff. And one good thing about Quentin Tarantino movies is the dialogue is going to be on point. So if you like great dialogue, like great conversation, it's going to be a point. And why they have this conversation, the boyfriend says, "Yeah, man, your idea to do this was so great, and it's something about guns." And the next thing you know is, "I love you, honey bunny. I love you, snuggle bunny." And then y'all remember what happens after that? They both stand the fuck up in their booth and say, "This is a fucking robbery." And it's like, hold up, bro. We went from this couple talking about how they love each other, about how they got plans to do shit, to they finna rob this motherfucker. Like, that shit was just, that shit just kind of set the whole movie into a whole place. Especially when you think to yourself, when you watch the whole movie, that scene that starts the movie is actually one of the ending scenes of the movie, if you remember how the movie went. So, the top 3. I gotta go another horror movie, man. The First Scream. That's one of the greatest horror franchises of all time, man. I mean, Scream is amazing, bro. Like, have y'all seen the recent ones that came out? The new ones that came out? Like, when they went to New York? Like, Scream is an amazing franchise. Shout out to the Wayans brothers who they're gonna drop a new scary movie. But it was a lot based upon Scream. What makes this opening scene so dope is y'all remember when they when the trailer came out for this movie, and when they was basically trying to promote the movie. Drew Barrymore was one of the main characters in the movie. I don't know if y'all remember that. The movie starts off with her basically on the phone in the house. And she's just chilling doing her thing. And eventually, Scream comes in the house and kills her. You know, that's why that scene was so dope, because it was probably the first time, if I can really think about it, where we saw one of the people that we thought was going to be the main characters of the movie, guess what? Get killed before the movie even get started. Like, there was people that was like, hold up. Y'all promoted Drew Barrymore as if she was going to be one of the main characters, and she died in 5 fucking minutes. Like, that shit was crazy, man. And that kind of just let you know, once again, like Quiet Place, ain't nobody safe. Last 2 movies, these are like blockbuster movies, man. This second one is just blockbuster on top of blockbuster. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Rose had this movie potentially. This movie gave us the introduction to a great character, Dark Knight. That scene was so dope, man. When they start off and you see the little clown mask and you see them getting ready to rob this bank, and they all telling stories like, you know, the person who put this job together, you know why they call him the Joker, right? Because, you know, and they all giving their own stories, and then you see them killing each other. Then you see that one bank teller who got a gun, and he shoots one of the people, and you thinking he trying to save everyone, but you realize, oh, he worked for the mafia. And then that's when the other clown shoots him, and you just think it's a regular nigga. And he's like, man, criminals used to have character in this town. What do you stand for? And then he takes his little clown mask off, and you see it's the Joker. He says, I believe whatever doesn't kill you makes you crazier. And then he just puts the little thing in his mouth, and he gets on the little school bus and just, you know, flashes it with the other school bus, and it's like, we got the fucking Joker, man. And not only did we get the Joker, but those who like the Batman comic books, we got the Joker being not just crazy season Rose, we got him being a mastermind in this fucking movie. And that to me, that's why I like that opening scene.
My one caveat is Mark Hamill's the voice. Heath Ledger was it in action.
Oh yeah, for sure. Not true. And last one, man. I think it's just so hard not to have this one be number one, because so many cartoons, so many TV shows at some point in time even did it. And around the horn, Tony Riley, he started his shit by saying, all my life I wanted to be a sports reporter. All my life I wanted to be a gangster. And you close the trunk. Goodfellas is one of the greatest mob movies of all time. I love Godfather. Goodfellas to me is better than Godfather, because it's just the way they do everything, but the way it starts off, it makes me want to be a gangster. Because I'm like, this is some hard shit right here. Because it's just the monologue of all my life I want to be a gangster, and then the trunk closes. And then that's when you see them all standing by the trunk, and it just does a quick snapshot, and the movie starts. Like, it's only 2 minutes long, but it's hard for you to be like, 2 minutes really got me ready to watch this movie, man. So Goodfellas is definitely out to me, number one spot.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do like y'all did. Start off with the honorable mentions. First honorable mention was Jaws. That was a long time ago. The original Jaws, when everybody was over on the beach chilling, and that lady got killed by the shark.
That's a good one.
And then second honorable mention, Goodfellas.
Okay, yeah.
When Henry is like, "What's that sound?" And then James is like, "I don't know." And Tommy's like, "Did you run over something? What's going on?" And then they're like, "Pull over." And then they pull over. They open the trunk like they don't know there's a body in the trunk.
Exactly.
They're like, this dude's still alive. And then Tommy shanks him 3 times. And then James shoots him 3 times. Bam, 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 bam.
So casual.
And then Henry closed the trunk. He's like, all my life I wanted to be a gangster. Yeah, that was hard. So top 3. I'm going to go 3. I'm going to go Belly. You know what I'm saying? DMX started the movie off with I want to say a prayer. It was a rap, but I want to say it was a prayer. And if it wasn't a prayer, it was close to a prayer. And then they go into the robbery, and they had the little kid. Little kid. I don't know. I think he was burnt. He was lighting candles. He was lighting candles.
Oh yeah.
With the dollar bills. Yeah. So Belly, man. Yeah, like you said, C's, man. That was one of them ones, boy. That was one of them ones.
Steady, boy. Are you ready?
Ready? Ha ha. Yeah, steady. Are you ready? Yes, sir. Yeah. So one of my favorite songs too. Yeah. So boom, Belly. Second, Menace to Society.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Herb and By.
I was wondering if we had any black classes.
Herb and By. Menace to Society. And it's like, yeah, man, they just man, there's gonna be some hoes there, they just talking. I'm gonna get me a 40. You know what I'm saying?
Get the tape.
You can't drink inside the store, man. We gonna pay for it. Herb and By. Herb and leave.
That's a great one.
Man, I was like, man, to this day, that means to society. But my number one spot, the original, you know what I'm saying, the one, Matrix.
Oh man! Hey, can I be honest? I'm kind of surprised you didn't have that one, C's. Damn. Okay.
The one. And what he said, you know, listen, I told y'all to wait for us. He's like, man, we could have had him one little girl. He said, we sent 2 officers up there. He said, they are already dead. They already dead. And then it started off with the snitch on the line to my, is this line clean? Yeah, it's clean. Oh, do you believe he's gonna be the one? It's no banana with that lean. Morpheus just say he's gonna be the one. Yeah. And then he said, I don't know how the line was tapped. I don't know how, because he was talking to the snitch.
Oh. I ain't gonna lie. We pretty much, for the most part, we didn't just cross screens with movies. I ain't gonna lie, because
I told you.
One movie I was surprised I didn't hear. I thought somebody was gonna say Friday After Next. The opening scene of them getting robbed by Santa.
Too cliche, man.
You know, so that kind of did surprise me. There was 2 more movies that I did kind of almost have in my honorable mention. Prince of Egypt, because it was just basically, you know, being in church, going to church, having to watch that movie in church. That opening scene of basically them trying to get Moses and, you know, make sure he doesn't get eaten by the crocodiles. That was crazy. And then, you know, you said a black movie, like a classic movie in men's society, and I had one movie, and I was like, well, I want to have one like black movie in there, but it was so hard to put it in there. But the one movie that I would have snuck in there would have been The Wood, because it would have just been them getting ready for the wedding, and them were like, hey, where does McMoore, man? What the fuck he got going on, man? The fuck? And then Big Mike just starts talking to the camera to us. And say, hey, man, I'm Big Mike. He's fresh and cool. And he's like this role, and he's telling his friends. And then he walks in the room, and then he picks a pick up on his friends, and he's like, man, I remember how it all started. It just kind of reminded me of that nostalgia of watching movies when I was that age, of how it would always be kind of start off like that, and then you would go back in time, or something would happen, and then it would say that classic phrase of, you probably wonder how I got here. So it's like The Wood is definitely a movie in terms of black culture that I feel like, yeah, definitely would be up there.
I thought one of your movies was gonna be Don't Be a Menace. I thought that was gonna be one of your movies. Don't Be a Menace. Yeah, that opening scene. I thought that was gonna be one of yours.
Yeah, nah, it's definitely dope, man. It's definitely dope. You know. Before we move on, man, like real quick. C's Rose. What makes a great opening scene for a movie team?
When you see somebody come on the scene, it's a couple of things, but I mean, when somebody comes on the scene and they have that pivotal where you like Christoph Waltz, where the opening scene is like, oh, this motherfucker gonna be a problem. even if they die early, you be like, this motherfucker will be like. There's a lot of characters that died off quick, and you be like, this motherfucker will be a problem. And they died. They died quick. You know, the first hour or the first 30 minutes. You're like, while he was alive, that nigga made a statement. And there's plenty of movies and shows like that, but you know, it's just captivating. Where it's like sometimes it ain't necessarily got to be a monologue. Like Belly's a prime example. Nobody said a word. Niggas walked in, took care of business.
Just straight swag.
Straight swag. And then, like, it's those captivating moments where you're like, first 10 minutes, you're like, I'm locked in. I gotta watch it. You know what I mean? So it's really those captivating moments. And then, like, the Glorious Bastards. These niggas came in bashing motherfuckers' heads. Like in the words of Brad Pitt's character, killing Nazis.
Yeah, for me, man, like if you look at my top three, it's three elements. One, it can be surprise, scream, where you do something that's just so shocking, which is kill the main character off before the movie gets started. It could be two, it could just be the suspense with Dark Knight, where you see everything's kind of like falling in place, and then finally you like start piecing stuff together, and then the action starts rolling. Or lastly, when you just have someone that's a legendary fucking actor, and you tell them we're gonna roll this camera, and we just need you to talk. And when you get someone like Marlon Brando, who's one of them goats in acting, and you say we just gonna roll this camera and just talk, and he starts stroking his cat, and he starts just talking about, you know, man, you know me this long, but you've never done this and da da da. Like you insult me, and you just start feeling like, to the point, you don't feel like he's talking to another character. You feel like he might be talking to you. Like sometimes those monologues can really hit, man. What about you, Rose?
Yeah, I just gotta mention one more honorable mention, and I don't know if I want to start from the beginning, if I want to start from the end, but I don't know. It's a Final Destination.
Oh man, bro, we talking about horror fucking movies?
Yeah, so.
Oh my god!
So I don't know
you
if
talking about the first one.
The first one or the last one.
Hey,
I don't know if
both of them.
If I don't know if I want
Both.
to start from the end or the beginning, like I just
Both.
said. Like,
because I just saw that last one. Both of them.
Yeah. So the Final Destination, and I think it because when you said what you said, I was thinking about those, but then when you said like what makes it an epic opening scene, like something that you always familiar, you always go remember. Like that first one, you always go remember. People don't even want to drive behind trucks with wood on them.
Facts.
Like when they see that wood truck, it's like it's scary. Like so, it's like it's something that you always remember, and it's like you said, like with Tony Rowley, it's always a phrase, or something that you remember, or it's always like with Belly, it's just like, or with Men's Society,
it becomes bigger than the movie.
It's just something that you just always go remember. Like you go when you remember the beginning of the movie, but you won't remember the end.
Yeah,
you remember the beginning more than you remember the end. I think that what makes it iconic opening scene when you remember the beginning, but you don't remember the end.
Yeah, you know what's so funny, man? When I think about like my three movies that you said. Like I seen Goodfellas, Dark Knight, and Scream so many times. I'm thinking to myself, like, do I remember the clear end to each of those movies?
Yeah.
Because I remember the beginning like clockwork. Like, but I'm trying to think, well, how did each movie exactly end? Mm-hmm. You know, but you're right, man. Like, you know, and that's one thing about cinema, man. Like the ability to pull you in and get your attention, man. Yeah, man. So, hey, great movies, y'all, man. Final thoughts, please.
It's a lot of great history and a lot of great movies, man. It's a lot of thoughts I had, man, from MLB to sports world, man. It's too much shit to go over, but hey, pay attention to what's going on. You see electoral, mayor race coming up for Georgia. Pay attention. Look out for your people, man. And then, like, hey, what you really value, like, think about, you got to keep that mindset. What if I didn't have it? Keep that with you. That same mindset you had, like, I ain't got a lot, but I took care of my peoples. And I had the same love. If you get up, you get up. But guess what? Tomorrow you could be down.
So Denzel had this quote he said a couple years ago that became very popular. When he said, "Man gives the award and God gives the reward." And a lot of times, man, we don't really understand that the traditional award and reward is, we receive the award publicly, but a reward, we receive that privately a lot of times. And it may not be something shiny. It could just be something like a thank you, a good job, and you did what you're supposed to do, man. When you know that you putting God first, you know you're doing what you're supposed to do. What goes on in the exterior of the world won't affect you, man. So looking at this past depth chart for the Cleveland Browns and seeing Shador was ranked 4th, he showed what he could do in his first preseason game. Rose told y'all when we did Week of Sports last week, he looked like he did in college, a good quarterback, someone who's NFL ready. We know that he's better than Dylan Gabriel. We know he's better than Kenny Pickett. Like, we're not worried about this, man, because at the end of the day, when you wait for man's award, that's some shit for today. But when you get God's reward, like a lot of times we don't understand, man, that shit takes time, man. That shit needs to marinate, man. Like when your grandma used to make Sunday dinner and she started cooking Saturday night and all them juices and stuff get ready. And by the time Sunday come, you wonder why it tastes so good. Like the best thing for Shador, to be honest, is not even to even play that many games this season. Because we see players like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, we saw Eli Manning, we saw Big Ben, we saw Patrick Mahomes, people that are probably going to go to the Hall of Fame being NFL quarterbacks, and guess what? They didn't play that much their first season. So as far as like Shador is concerned, hey, sit behind Joe Flacco, be that 4th-string quarterback, but just don't be frustrated, continue to learn, and continue to do what you've done, which is be you. Be you.
Yeah, so I remember, like you were saying, C's, it's like, I like what you was doing, like promoting and telling people to like, subscribe, comment, you know what I'm saying? So we can know what the people want. Because at the end of the day, man, we do this for the people, man.
In the words of Airbnb and Rakim, peace.
Man, y'all can catch us next light. We in traffic. And I'm back quiet. Mr. DJ Rose, Verteezy, and C's, welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. For sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap your seatbelt, go and sell our land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell our land. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.